your own time, of course. What you think?
And good evening. Good evening. I've got a group of people behind me, but I'm just busy. I hope everybody's well. What I'm going to do tonight is, it's been absolutely ages since I've done a live stream. Absolutely ages. So I'm going to have a quick chat about club. I'm just trying to find something on my other screen. I'm going to have a quick chat about club, and then what we're going to do, look at me, all busy. Where is he? There he is. And then, so talk about club like we do, and then we're going to talk about scale, right? Scale and genre. And we're going to see if we can get a little bit of a conversation going up there. Let me just type this in. I've got a bit of a sore throat as well. And a tickly cough. So I'm going to get rid of that. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well. 5 people watching. I've got a couple of shout outs to do as well. I've got people in the background, like I've said. Listen to me. I've upspeeded now because we're up and ready and raring to go. So, Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. God, it's a chuffing long word, that. 5th at 10th, 2024. In attendance today, meeting number 16 of the year. Marky Andrews present. Let's have a look. Marky Bridge and his lovely wife Leanne, and Bob Darcy from Doncaster, Lewis Dell, who's building an absolutely cracking tank, and I have got a little tale to tell about that. Let me just write this down. Vlog storage. Not funny to you, but certainly funny to me. Lewis Dell building Rapper Menkit. It's a tank. It's one word, John. You'll know it. It's Ripper. I can't remember. Anyway, Heath Denton present. Trevor Grace coming in as well. Davy House coming in for an natter. Nice to see Bill as well today. Unsteady on his feet and apparently a little bit deaf. I'll talk about that in a bit. Ange and Mark, great to see. Jean and Andy, as usual. Martin Radforth, beautiful. Barry Slinger, who's currently building a Tamiya 1 in 32 Mosquito. That really looks the part. Chris Smith, Mr. Chris and Ebro today. Adrian Brooks. Down to the bottom, Andy White. Funny Andy White, makes me crease. Mark Wilson. Andy Hartup, always a pleasure. Mr. Chris's guest, Adrian Brooks, as I've said. And shout out to Dale from Rye Hill, who made meeting number 2. That's his second one free. Next time, Dale, because I hope you're watching, pardon me, get your money out, lad. It's £4 and I want you to buy a bonus ball. 20 people in today. So, 2020. So I've written a few things out. Dale from Rye Hill, tick. Right, I did actually shoot a vlog today because it's been that long, and I went round it all. And I hope some lads from the club are watching. And Paul knows what I'm going to say, so he should be tickling himself. Shot the vlog, sat down at my desk, went into my phone editing suite, got all the captions up, edited it, the lighting, the sound, absolutely everything. Come to press save, and it said insufficient storage on my phone. I've had it before. It's not an all singing, all dancing 20 million terabyte thing. It's a little Samsung. Because obviously the kids got all my chuffing upgrades. So not enough storage. Go into your storage, right? Okay. And delete large files. So I can see the little thumbnails down there, and I'm like, oh, that's George fishing. Well, I'll have posted that on Facebook. Delete. Oh, there's another one with George. Delete. I can't quite delete. I can't see that one either. Delete. Oh, bollocks to it. Delete. And deleted the video. True story. Deleted the video. No. Right. That's club today. What we talked about. We've talked about presentation evening, because that's coming up really, really soon. Is the old presentation evening. And we're really, really looking forward to that. And I've got to stop saying really, really. A quick flick through then. So change the banner to a picture that I took today. Everybody sat down. That were all because they were waiting for the chuffing sandwiches. Davey House looks, he's got some. I know he's got something going off there. As our Dave. We think that that's Rue that's bending down, and I think it is, you know, because I want to say, but I don't want it to come across the wrong way. I recognise that arse crack anywhere. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Really, not really. There's the banner picture. Let's have a look at that. Lovely picture. Make that a full screen. Nice. All the boys and girls there. I do love to see that. Scrolling down, because it has been, honestly, it has been that long since I've done a vlog, live stream, or anything. I've just been out of sorts, ladies and gents. We modelling, because it's been summer, so I've been fishing with my lad. And why not? Radforth, by the looks of it, is doing a Phantom. And he's also doing a black screen. What the frig's going off there? Lost it. He's also doing a little pinky tank, by the looks of it. And he's also doing... that's got to be a Spitfire. It is. That's a Spit. Okay, so that's Martin Rad, and that's what he's been up to. That's me. If you haven't seen that video, it's on my YouTube channel. This kit nearly broke me. That's the Meng Buck 9K37M1. And if you watch that, it's actually quite a funny video that I really enjoyed making that video last night. Really. Mark Lid, our Lid, is starting 1 in 48 F35A, and it looks like he started in the office. There's the breakfast orders. You don't need to see that. Here's a question for you, because I have actually answered it. Can DAS modelling clay be used on tanks for Zimmerit? Thanks. Now, I've put, in fact, we'll come back to that. Graham, what's Graham been doing? I did actually send him a link earlier on saying, are you coming on? And he hadn't replied, so I'm hoping he's watching.
No, he's, I think Graham's away, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
Popped up on his, popped up on his Facebook page.
On
I
his
think
his Facebook. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, he's only for any time.
Just hang on, because I'm multitasking. I've switched my send off now, and I'm just says away, and I'm waiting to join. That's Paul. Andy Norfolk doing a car, and he's building a car for me as well. Butty order for Saturday. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember the tank that Lewis is building, but it looks absolutely brilliant. Andy Norfolk, Mark King plays for level 42, doesn't he? Sea King even, and I've seen that in the flesh today, and I'm going to chat a little bit more about that a little bit later on. Doing some masking. Lots and lots. Paul has been absolutely hammering club page, which is great to see. Okay, so that's just about it. Club. We're all caught up with club. So I've got a couple of guests on. Let me just get this guy back on. It is oh dear. Paste and send and delete. Couple of guests on with me tonight. Paul is coming on. Paul's one of my regulars, as you know, Paul. And I've got Jim, James, and I've also, here he comes. I'm going to take piss out of Paul. Hang on a minute. Come on, lad. Are you with me, love?
I am now, lad. I think they're cadet.
We've got a roller coaster going again.
I love it. You sent me a message saying I've switched me send off. How do I get back on? But you are a diamond. I love it. I love it. So I've got myself. Good evening. I've got Jim. Introduce yourself, James.
Good evening. I'm James.
Thank you very much. I've got Paul, Badass Biker. Paul, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name's Paul, and I fucking hate football.
And I've got John as well. Okay, John, introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. John here from the land of the Germans.
Thank you very much, son.
Have a good one.
James, can you see comments, James? Are you keeping an eye on comments tonight?
Yes, I am. We have Ice Queen says, hi, Mark. Good to see you back, my lovely.
Thank you very
Hey, John,
much.
nice to see you. That's from Ice Queen as well.
Happy days, happy days. If you're watching, we've not got many watching, 7. I'm sure that'll bump up. Right, so conversation tonight. We've had it. Obviously, I've had it, and I mentioned it on my book video last night as well. And we are going to talk about scale. Okay, not as in if I want to build something that's 1 in 48, how many centimeters does it have to be? That sort of. We're not going to talk about that because that's just mind blowing. We're going to talk about how important scale is, John. So whether or not it's something that you avoid, you wouldn't do, too big, too small, etc., etc. James and Paul are going to jump in with the topic of conversation. Now, obviously, I'm blinking this because I've not factored in, your bust painters, your figure painters, and all that kind of thing. And I'm still trying to get my head around the scale on ships because I watched Greg's video the other night and he's done a 1 in 600 ship. And then I've talked to Andy Hart up this morning down at Club and he's told me that 1 in 350 is bigger. So that's on ships. So I need to know all about that because I want to build a ship.
Ooh.
So the question that I've got to you, I'm going to start just a one-word answer, and then we'll chat about it. Paul, Badass Biker, scale, be all and end all, yes or no?
Very much so for me.
I love it. Jim, same question. Scale, be all and end all.
No.
And John,
depends on the.
Did I just say somebody that looks like me, that sounds like me, that sat in this chair just like I am, said one word answer about 45 fucking seconds ago? Yeah.
Can I change my answer then? I'm going to say yes.
Is scale the be all and end all?
Yes.
No,
Jim.
it's not.
No, it's not. John.
No, it's not.
No. Paul, tell us about Paul. Tell us about what scale you build, okay, and why you build it. Let's start off with you then, mate.
Right. So, Sharon, I only build 30-second scale aircraft. And the reason behind it is when I was a nipper, when I was a youngster, I could never, ever afford 30-second scale aircraft. All your Tamias and everything and this, that, and the other. Now, going back 5-6 years, when I got back into the hobby, I had money. And the second model shop I visited had Tamiya's 1/32 scale Corsair in the shop. And I looked at it and I went, wow, that looked fantastic. I've got money. I'm bloody well buying it. And basically, me and me ADHD or me OCD is like, no, that's it. 30-second scale for me from now on for aircraft. Because there's such a, like I said, back in the day, I could never afford them. I can do now, but I can't again. But yeah. But 48 scale helicopters, because I don't, whatever, and obviously I'm at 35th scale because it's so common.
And
but 30-second scale aircraft is the way forward. Go big or go home.
Jim.
Yes.
So I said last night on my video, I said I know somebody that only builds 1 in 32. And I also said I also know somebody that only builds 1 in 72, no longer in my life. And I chatted to Paul the night before and said I am going to give you a mention in the video, and I am going to say, but I'm not going to tell you my name, but I am now. So why can we vary scales so much, James? What's your take on that?
subject matter. I mean, for me, it's storage and space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the aircraft that I like, for instance, the C-130. Now, that I would only build in 172nd. 148th is way too big.
Why?
32nd aircraft, yeah. Why?
Yeah.
What, 148th? It's too big. Yeah, it's too big for me for storage.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is what we're getting at. So storage.
So storage, yeah. So storage, yeah. Storage for me is it's a big factor. You know, I mean, I've got an attic. My lovely wife will not let me display any of my kits. So unfortunately, I'm sort of like stuck for space here in the shed.
Yeah.
But most of it gets boxed anyway. So yeah, I mean, to say ships, well, 350th, yeah, that's
They're
fine.
quite big.
I mean, to
aren't
say
they?
they're about
350 scale.
yeah, 350.
Big, aren't they?
It's I would say they're about 18 inches to 2 feet long, depending on the model itself. I mean, to say you got the Bismarck or the Tirpitz. Tamaya brought out back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I mean, to say they're about 18 inches, 2 feet long. You know, I mean, I've got submarines that I've built 3 feet. You know, in 172nd scale. You're talking
Really?
132nd scale. You're talking 6 feet. Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah, it is massive. Yeah.
John, as an armour builder, what's the scale?
Primarily for me, it's 1/31st. But as you know, I have built quite a few 116s as well. 1/35th has a lot of detail on it.
Yeah.
You can also get 116s that I've got here, like the King Tiger and the Panther, the T-34 and a couple of others that have got intricate detail not only on them, but inside of them. You
but not 1 in 72, though. You won't go down. Would you not go down a scale?
No. For me, 172. When you look at 172, I mean, I know a lot of people out there love 172. Good on you. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry to have to say it's just not my thing. 172 for me, I could fit a lot more in, but they're so small. It's actually physically getting up to them and looking at the detail they've got and the paint job and everything like that. So I'm quite wrapped up in the scales that I've got. And I love both them scales, you know what I mean? And I will not deviate from that, except when my wife tips up with a little, like I've got in there, a restaurant van, a World War II restaurant van, Peugeot. It's got all the bread and the butter and the eggs and all the rest of it in there. And she wants me to do that for her, so I do that. Simple as that.
Paul, if you've got a subject matter and you think, I love the subject, but it's only available in 1 in 48, are you holding back?
Well, I have thought about this. I've said it a long time, quite a lot of times, Mark. I mean, like, sometimes I sort of like regret going down the 30-second route. Because obviously the subject's out there, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish that, or I wish that. But I've my OCD are kicking, and they're like, oh my God, that's a 48 scale F111 there. It's doing me fucking head in. Get the fuck out of the shed. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I mean, like, when it has crossed my mind a few times. I wish I'd have gone 48 aircraft down the line, because then possibilities of being endless. But yeah, there's no way, regardless. I mean, like, I've got all my 32nd aircraft, and I'm not really bothered now, because I've got a major armour kick on the go. Ooh, armour is just like, any future kits I buy now will be armour.
Oh,
right.
So, I'm not particularly bothered about it.
What have you got in mind then?
you know, I've always said, if somebody comes along and says, "Oh, it's a 32nd scale Jaguar," brilliant. Here's a 32nd scale Buccaneer. Yeah, brilliant. Here's a 32nd scale blah de blah. Oh yeah, but let's have a look. Let's have a little fucking shot at it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's only really one 32nd scale aircraft that I really want now, and that's the Heinkel, Revels Heinkel HE-111.
Now, you have seen that on eBay, mate, haven't you, for a lot of
for
money.
like 300 bloody stupid pounds, 500 pounds I think I've seen it for as well.
What?
Yeah, man. So until that comes along, until that comes along at a decent price, I'm not bothered about aircraft anymore.
So as far as like, because I think as a community, the community's been screaming for a 1 in 32 Jag from a manufacturer, Airfix, Revel, Tamiya, whoever, for as long as I can remember. I mean, I've only been back into it 9 years. But right from the off, it was one of the fast jets. I'm a fast jet builder. It was one of the things that I did look for. Can't find one. Why isn't anybody jumping on that wagon and saying, you know, let's get a 32 Jag, let's get a 32 Buccaneer? Why ain't nobody doing that? John? Any idea? Why ain't nobody... You know, like last year, Airfix, and on Airfix's Facebook stream, they pose the same question over and over again. Yeah. What do you want to see? And you literally get, you know,
everybody shouting out bloody Spitfires by the look of things.
And it goes from I want a 1 in 24 SOP with Camel, and I want this and I want that. Yeah. But it's almost like when they're putting that on, it's like nobody's reading it, you know. Nobody's because and the day when Airfix brought their new thing out, when they did the 1 in 24 Spitfire, the Mark 9, even I bought one. Like, yeah, wow. Then they've done the Mark 8, and even though it's basically a Mark 9, isn't it, with different markings, I'm going to get one of them. But why aren't they listening to? If scale is so important to people, why aren't people like Tamiya, Revel, Meng, and all the rest, Airfix, saying, listen, the people have spoken. We need to tool a Buccaneer. We need to, you know, tool a Jaguar. Why ain't nobody listening? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Meng dipped their toe in the water basically with 1/35th scale, didn't they? And to be fair, the standard of their models that are on the market currently, I believe anyway, are just absolutely outstanding in detail and everything like that. So this is just my opinion, are fully committed to 1/35th scale.
But Meng brought out a 1 in 48 Super Hornet though, John.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's one. Look at what they just brought out as well. They brought out the Ornithopter from June in 172, and people went absolutely bananas because they said it was so small, it was shit. Right, and when you built it all up for the money that it cost,
that's
it
the
was
thing,
absolutely shit. What did Meng do? They immediately retooled some production line somewhere and have now brought out another one, which is significantly bigger. So big that if you want to display it, if you haven't got the room, you've got to do it with the blades folded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that they're not listening. It's so that I believe anyway, it's that they're so committed to a particular scale and type of model that to get anything else out of them, basically, like getting blood. But that's just
a couple of years since. So I've seen your question. I've put it on screen. A couple of years since, when mobile phones came out, they were all a certain size, and then a little bit later on, if you can remember, and I know you can because you're all old farts, the clamshell mobile phone came out. Can you remember the flip? Yeah, that came out. Then Samsung brought out this range of phones with a little stylus in it, the Galaxy Note series, and that were like, Jesus Christ. And the crowd was so divided on, well, I like my little clamshell. That's like holding a television screen in your hand. Then Sony brought out the Z1, which was absolutely enormous. And in reflection to that, a couple of years since, the biggest Lancaster that you could get were a 1 in 48. But then I think Hong Kong Hobbies brought a 1 in 32 out, didn't they?
Yeah.
And what other one? Border. That's right.
Border, yeah, that big line.
And I honestly sat here, right, looking at those two kits, thinking, well, obviously, you know, a lot of money. But I wonder if any of the manufacturers, like I did with the phones, are going to jump onto this. Oh, we can see if you plot a graph across time and you look at scale and it's sort of like big, then everybody decided to build small, then they went big again. And then obviously with this Lancaster, everybody went massive. And I thought, I wonder if any of the manufacturers are going to jump on and go, everybody's going big, let's go big, and do your Jags and your Revels. But it never happened.
No. Same as Ming. Everybody was screaming for Ming because of the standard of their models that you get. You know what I mean? Everybody was screaming for Ming to do a 116. They haven't gone anywhere near it. Nowhere near it. And every time something comes out from Ming that says, you know what I mean, this is what we're going to produce next year, I'm like that, right? Like Trumpet, a big catalogue. Let's have a look what they got. Not a single sign of a 116.
The thing is, as well, with me, obviously, you know, me and Paul, I've still got to do, Jim, but me and Paul have done our Spotlight Stars, and you know, on mine, what if I'm a manufacturer, what do you want? The checkbook is absolutely open, and for me, when Italiari, however you want to pronounce it, brought out that GR4, I literally couldn't sleep for a week with my hard on. But on my Spotlight Star, I was, please somebody make a 1 in 24 swept wing, full cockpit, but the whole lot, buckets, everything. Please somebody do that. Never happened.
No.
Let's just have a look. Imagine that.
Go on.
The amount of effort that would take the company, the manufacturer, to actually go into like knocking a 24 scale tornado out, Mark. It's the same with any subject. It's a lot of work and effort for instance, Airfix to knock a new kit together kind of thing.
Agreed.
And then obviously, like you said, scale's got to appeal to everybody. I think with aircraft, 48 scale is the absolute, like, it's like, yes, that's the money shot, is 48 scale for aircraft.
Yeah. I think scale plays a big role in what everybody builds, doesn't it, really? But to be fair, I'm going to give you an example now, so you have to excuse me a minute, Mark. Right, if something takes your fancy, say, Jesus, I'd love to build one of them. In truth, you don't give a shit what scale it is. As long as it's big enough to show the detail and you like it and you want it, you're going to go and get it. And I'm going to give you an example now.
Go on.
I've built, and they're over there in my cupboards, so much 135, 116 stuff. It's full. I walked into a model shop that I didn't even know that I had in this town. And I took one glance left at a model that guy had in a cupboard, and I went, what? Not these words, but similar to them.
Yeah.
What on earth is that?
Right.
What is that? Because whatever it is, I want to build one. And so next week, I've got a Warhammer Baneblade showing up. It is a monstrous tank. Go and have a look at that online. Warhammer Baneblade.
I am. I'm going to have a look now.
That hasn't even got a scale. It hasn't got a scale. It's just a big, monstrous tank. And I thought, right, 135, 116, does it really matter? No, I saw it and I said, I want to build that. I've got to build it. And when I build it, I'm just going to beat it up, and I'm going to make it look like, you know what I mean, that it's seen some war, so to speak. I'm totally out of my league because I've never built anything from Warhammer before.
Yeah.
So for me, this is like a bit of an adventure. You know what I mean? But I'll play it by ear and I'll take it as it goes. So all I wanted to say is, if you see something come out and you look at it, yeah, there it is, the Baneblade, and you see it come out and you go, you know what I mean? It's got, where is it? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can build when you actually get the model itself. That's it there, the Warhammer, the blue box there. Baneblade. There are something like 5 or 6 different versions of that tank in the box. So you know what I mean? If you go on YouTube, you can see people, they don't even glue them together. They magnetize them.
Really?
So yeah, they do, mate. So what you can do then is, all right, I don't like that this week. Take all the turrets off, put different turrets on it, and make it look like something different for this week. It's just bonkers. You know what I mean? So I am going to have a go at that, and I am going to smash that out of the park. I hope. Oh God, it's a monster. Look at it. Look.
Look at that.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Tractor on back to front. Tractor on back to front. I'm kidding. Look at that.
So that's something.
The thing is, though, it's never actually killed anybody, so it's pointless.
Yeah, that's no. I
only build stuff that kills people.
We know.
Right,
but
okay.
we're not going down that route yet, right? We're not going down that route yet. I don't like the look of that.
There's Sue, Ice Cream Sense of Warhammer don't really have a scale. She's absolutely right, because all the stuff that I've looked at, there isn't a single thing on it that says it's scale. I believe.
Do you know what?
Go on.
That's not as expensive as what I thought, and I'll tell you why. Because myself, Mark Lidange, and Bill went down to Warhammer last year, and we saw some of their kits, John, that were £2,500.
Yeah. Well, I went in that shop, like I said, and this guy took me upstairs and showed me a Warhammer model. I'm not kidding you, mate. I'm not kidding you. It was 50, 60 centimeters high. It was like a robot. You know that robot you see at the end of RoboCop 2?
Yeah.
It was like that. That
I'm
was
just going to go on and change
€2,000. That was €2,000. That, and I went, "No, you're all right, mate." I said, "No, I'm done. No, I'm happy with the Baneblade. I'll crack on with that." You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to get off the subject here or anything like that. But all I'm saying is, to be fair, when you see something that takes your fancy, in truth, no matter what scale it is, if you've got the room to display it and put it somewhere, you'll buy it and build it.
Yeah, mate. It does look really, really nice, does that? But plus, the other thing as well, obviously, John, is you can paint it whatever you want.
Yeah. There's no... Yeah, you absolutely hit the nail on the head, because I've been trying to figure out for the last 2 weeks what colour I'm going to do it. And I've found the colours I want to do it in now. But I didn't want to be too outrageous with it or not conform to any particular style or anything like that. And Sue and their team, her husband Paul, and that turned around and said to me, "You can't go wrong. You can paint that vehicle any colour you want, and nobody will ever say to you that's wrong, because it's Warhammer."
James, let's go through comments then. Come on, switch it out of it. See him. Go on.
Yeah, I've got him. I was going to say I saw him come up on the screen. Yeah, agree totally. I mean, to say if you're building fleet aircraft at 1/72 scale, yeah, that's fine. You know, I think they do 1/44 as well, don't they? You know, I mean, there's certain aircraft there, 144th, B1, the Lancer. I mean, it's in 144th. That's a huge kit. It's absolutely massive. 148.
Well, it's actually available at 148 now as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Rebel did it, didn't they? But it's really hard to grab hold of. They'll re-release it in a minute. You know, it's the same with the Heinkel, the HE111. You know, that'll be re-released. They did it with the Tamiya did it with the M3 Avtrax. You know, they went out for about 20 years. I've not seen. I know Dragon did. Dragon did a version which is highly detailed. It's really good. There's some. There is some
Dragon kits.
There is some nice Dragon kits out and around. You know. But
so
can I just say, I agree with John. As in, like, you know, if you do see a kit that you really want, it's like, yeah, you should buy it and build it. But myself personally, I'm at the stage now where I've got so many kits that it'd take me forever to like swap them out to get something that I wanted to build, and I'm beyond like buying something that I really want because I've got that many kits in my stash. It'd be pointless because that probably wouldn't get built. If I went out and bought like I've been looking at some of the 1/72nd scale Russian bombers from the Cold War, like the Backfire and the Bear. Absolutely amazing subjects. Yeah. But it's no point in going out and buying it now because I've got that much in my stash as it is.
Yeah.
So let's just have a look here. So I want to pronounce this right. Is it Benedetto?
Benedetto di Divisio. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because my glasses aren't sort of like into this. So the bigger the scale, the less repeat sales is the problem. Yeah. The bigger the scale, that's an ante. The less repeat sales is the problem.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Yeah, well, there's a prime example, isn't it? How many Tiger Ones do you know that there are in existence now? There's just literally hundreds, isn't there? 135 scale Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's shitloads. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Hobby Boss brought out a 1/16 scale Tiger One.
Yeah.
Mid-production.
I bought one and I built it.
Yeah,
the thing is, there's so much wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The detail, there's so much wrong with some of the detail on it that I gave it away. Right. Really? And then I bought the one from Andy's Hobby headquarters, which in itself isn't absolutely perfect, but it's a lovely model. And I dedicated that to a German tanker. What Hobby Boss rubbish? What's Trumpeter just done now?
They've done a Tiger One late.
They have indeed in 1/16 with a full
interior as well. Yeah.
There you go. So it's not, you know what I mean? People, when that came out, people were just screaming for it. The ones that I know, the models. I want that, because it's got a full interior in it, which nobody else has got unless you buy.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't know if there's anybody with a 135. I think there is, actually. I think Ryfield have got one out.
Ryfield models do 135 with a full interior. Ryfield models,
But you imagine clagging all of that detail into a 135, which I have done. I've done some 135s, and it can be a challenge. Let's put it that way. To get it all to sit right, be right. You know what I mean? Each to his own, and that's all I've got to say about that. You know what I mean? But look at that Trumpeter 1/16 Tiger One. Now I am not going to get my Andy's Hobby headquarters Tiger One off that shelf and throw it in the bin for the sake of that, because you pay an absolute fortune for that Trumpy one.
Yeah, totally agree, John. Like I mentioned, like I'm not going to go out and buy. I'm not going to like sell any of me like 32nd Tamiyas or sell other kits just to go and get a Russian kit in 1/72. I'm not going to do it. It's like I said, I've got a massive armor kit on at the moment. Like, so anything I purchase now is going to be armor, and I will sell aircraft kits to fund me armor addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it you were wanting? A Heikel 111?
I am, John, yes. Revels 1/32 scale.
Revel?
Keith Kennedy's got one of me to sell it to me for £100.
Wait a minute.
I think for the
Listen,
models.
I did a favour for somebody else once, right? Who was screaming for a helicopter, a Coast Guard helicopter, and you couldn't get it in the UK. I found it on eBay Germany and bought it for him for 69 quid, right?
Good evening, Harry.
And then he paid me for it, and then off it went to the UK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a scroll around on eBay across here, mate, and see if it is a Revell 1/32 scale, Heinkel 111.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant, John, brilliant. I mean, I can't understand why the markets be any different, like, but the only ones I don't know why would Germany's eBay not be included in UK's? eBay, it's global, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So all you have to do in your settings is just say, look right round the world. So I'm gonna
okay. Well, I'm not too sure about that, like whether it is, but every Heinkel that comes up is like stupid.
32.
Yeah. But Border Model, we've had this conversation before, Paul, haven't we? Border Models is bringing out the 135th HE 111, and that
that's right. Yeah.
That really does look beautiful.
Yeah, for 30,
that's what you expect from Border Models, so.
Yeah,
their tooling is
the 35th scale, but it's
I mean, they're hitting that armor scale of 135th to join to merge the two scales.
Are you ready?
Go on, John.
Somebody's got one on here, German eBay, a seller. He's not a shop or anything like that, right? He's only got one bid on it, 6 days to go, and it's currently at €55.
Ooh.
I am now going to have a look at that, and I'm going to watch that.
What's that for the Heinkel?
Yeah. Heinkel HE 111.
Is that for the Heinkel, Paul?
1/32 scale.
Shut up.
No, I will not. There's brand new private seller, 179. It's 222. What planet are they on?
I know, John, there's one knocking about on eBay for like 495. I think it's up at.
That's just. There's another one here.
I think the American knobhead, like.
Yeah. Where's this private? I'm reading in German at the moment. Bear with me, chaps. That's at 79. 7 days to go. I'll watch that one as well. All right, for you. That's 1/32 as well, mate.
Brilliant.
What does he say? Let's have a quick look, if you don't mind. Bit about hands in mind a bit. Here we go. Okay. No description, just there, the model, basically. And there you have it, mate. I mean, I'll watch them two for you, mate. And nearer the time, I'll get in touch. If you look for me on Facebook, friend me, and any information, any change on them, I will let you know. And I'll do the same for you as I did for the other chap.
That's brilliant. That is, John. That's absolutely fantastic, mate. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you need to tell me though what the limit of your persuasion is.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
Right, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, because don't forget,
Bob in the black
no worries at all, big man. No worries at all. I'll do that for you without batting an eyelid. We can sort out the minor details between ourselves. But there you are. That's two.
Brilliant, John. Absolutely fantastic, mate.
Anyway, sorry,
Jim,
Mark,
catch us up with comments, mate.
We had a hi everyone from Harry, I think it was. There's nothing else, mate, that's come up.
Okay, let me just have a quick look down. Yeah, so Harry Marwick actually says, don't Ryfield have a 1 in 35 Tiger 1 mid-late with full interior in one kit?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They also have a Puma in 135th with a full interior.
Okay, and down at bottom he says again, got Andrew's fingers twitching now, John, but I'm not quite sure what that means. Okay, so scale, right? I've just been letting you all chat while I have a look at comments and me.
Good evening, LC.
Right, okay, House is on. Good evening, Dave. Right, so the reason that I'll tell you what's brought it on, because we have club chat and we have topic of conversation. I'll tell you what's brought this on today. A couple of months ago, Airfix brought out a 1 in 48 Sea King. And I was chatting to lads at club, and I was chatting to Sean at SGS Models, and I was chatting to Paul as well other night, and I said, you are absolutely no. It's got to be, for me, right, a 1 in 35 for a helicopter. As much as Paul's nodding his head because he knows that I will not build 1 in 48 choppers. 1 in 48 aircraft for sure. I have been down to 72. I did take the piss once and do a 1 in 144 Tornado, but for a helicopter, I won't budge. It's got to. This is why I'm aiming it at Paul. It's got to be a 1 in 35. But I've seen Bridges 1 in 48 Airfix Sea King today, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's not actually too bad. So I've got a little bit of bending, mate. But that's why I thought I would chat about scale tonight. I think at some point down the line, I'll be jumping into that Airfix Sea King because it's actually quite a piece.
Yeah. Can I just say as well, Mark? If I'd have discovered 35th scale helicopters back in the day, well, when I got back into the hobby, I'd have probably been building 35th. I didn't know when I got back into the hobby. I didn't know 35th scale helicopters existed.
Yeah.
They
so
do.
I would have gone down the 35th scale route.
Yeah.
With helicopters, if I'd have known about them at the time.
Yeah, well, Rebel used to do the 132nd UH-1D, didn't they? Which was a bit of a shit kit, but it wasn't too bad at the time.
So was their Apache, to be fair. Their Apache was horrendous.
It was.
I remember building that when it was about... I know my son was younger. I tried to get my son into models when he was about 12-ish, and he didn't take to it. But yeah, I remember the Apache, but the Rebel's Apache, but I don't remember it being a bad kit. But then again, it's
like my lad. I tried to get my lad into fishing when I was a fisherman, and he was right up for it. But as soon as he found out what his cock was for, that was it. Fishing out the window.
Happy days. See, the other thing as well that you've got, with scale, right, is that's the 1 in 24 Spitfire. You can't do that in 1 in 144. And I would hate to think I were doing it in 1 in 72. And I think even 1 in 48, I think that the detail would be so. What word am I looking? They wouldn't be able to crisp it enough.
Yeah.
Make it look like that.
Yeah, but the scratch builders, Mark. The scratch builders, Mark, will.
Yeah, scratch builders are doing the best job on that.
Mate, I get that, but I don't want to be scratch building in 1 in 48. I want to be banging that together in 1 in 24.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
See, but it's a popular aircraft as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
You got the Spits, the Hurricanes, Messerschmitts, the Focke-Wulf, all 124th. The Airfix Focke-Wulf is that's something else.
Yeah,
it's What's that? Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, man.
It's awful, isn't it? Most of Most
Yeah,
of the Reebok Airfix 24 are absolutely dreadful, aren't they? You've got the Wildcat, the
the Wildcat
Spitfire,
was the new one.
and the Typhoon. That's it. All the others are just Reeboks from the 60s or 70s or whatever, aren't they, or something?
Yeah, but some of those were quite good. I think the Hurricane was the best of the batch in 124 when they all came out, when they first came out back in the day.
Yeah.
But then you've got Trumpeter. They brought out their 124 stuff. You know that there's a lot of people that quite they ribbit. You know, for being sort of like 3 millimeter too long and 6 millimeter too wide. But it's a subject matter. If you're going to build it, you're going to build it, isn't you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like we said, isn't it? If it catches your eye and you think, Jesus, what's that? Yeah, I built one of them.
Yeah, the thing with the thing with that, John, is that my eye wanders all over the place, mate. I see shitloads and I buy it. You know,
Easy, Tiger.
I say to Mark, you go up into me loft, and I can't move up there. The amount of 1/16 kits I've got, you know, but that's there for a reason. That's there for me for when I retire, and I'll get around to building them. I will get around to building them. You know, I've built a couple here now. You know, I built the Gecko Models Panzer II, which was a beautiful kit. The only problem I had was with the chassis. It's a little bit warped, but yeah, I encountered. I got over that. The Puma, the Puma I showed you earlier, that one, that's been on my workbench for months. I've not touched it at all. I've got a Tacom Jeep there, which I'm part of the way through.
Yeah, but that's because you bought a caravan.
Yeah, and I piss in the cupboard. But we had, I think the last talk that we had was we had a chap come on. I think it was Dave Taylor, and he was asking about 176 and 172nd. Now I've said to Mark before, the elephant that is the elephant, isn't it? It's not the Ferdinand.
Yeah, it's Ferdinand. The last one.
It's the Ferdinand, isn't it?
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, that's 35. Yeah.
I just finished
that's
it.
nice. Which one's that? Is that the Classy Hobby?
Jesus, who makes this? I think it's the Amusing Hobby one, isn't it?
The Amusing Hobby, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I've got that one.
Yeah, the last Ferdinand.
Yeah, I've got the elephant. Yeah. Which is the only difference is the mantlet, isn't it?
And, the interior.
Yeah, I've got the interior version as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did, mate, was I had a look at this one. I had a look at it, and I said, "Well, how's this going? How's that go?" And what I did was, I went on ScaleMates.
Yeah.
And I did a bit of investigative work on ScaleMates. Downloaded the instructions for the other one, for the elephant, Ferdinand, and found, and I think I posted this on Sue's page, and found that Sprue E is included in this kit, and Sprue E gives you all the shells and everything like that.
Yeah,
for the inside.
For the interior.
The full gun breech as well. So I thought, I'm not going to chuck that sprue out. It's got so much on it that I'm going to physically use them. So I did. I just, you know what I mean? Otherwise, mate.
Read your spares box, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's surprising how much. It's surprising how much they actually put in the kits now. You know, I've got to think now. I think it's a Tacom Panther A early, but they give you sprues for D, a late D, an early A, and a late A. Or it's literally a 4-in-1 kit.
Yeah.
And I think I paid, I think it was around about 50 quid. You know, and you've got a choice. You really have got a choice.
Yeah, can't go wrong there, can you?
No, you can't. You build whatever you want, as long as your reference material is right, mind. Because they somebody will pick it up and say that's wrong.
Yeah, well, they always do. But Mark's completed his really good book. That looks very, very nice. I've done it in the same colours. Actually, it looks
there we
lovely.
go.
So,
Mark's on. Sorry, Dave's on.
Mark's been bitten. He's been bitten. He's contaminated.
No, he fucking hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
Getting back to what I was Getting back to what I was saying, though, Dave Taylor, when he said about the 76 and 72nd scale armor kits, it just brought back memories. And I've said to you, Mark, you know, I had to go and buy one. I had to do it, and yeah, I bought a Jag Tiger.
Oh my God!
Jag Tiger, and I thought I've got to give it a go. Got to give it a go.
That's too silly. That's like Monty Python silly.
If you're gonna
I thought I would struggle with it, but I didn't.
No, if you're gonna knock stuff out the park, I don't know if you've seen what Paul is doing. Sue's husband. Have you seen that island that belongs to an aircraft carrier that he's currently building and lighting up with an aircraft right next to it? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Because he's just knocking that right out the park. And I thought, Jesus, I want to build one of them. But when you see the size of that thing, look, it's 50, 60 centimetres high, that tower. You know what I mean? And then you've got to put a deck down and an aircraft on it as well.
Oh, you're talking the Border Models.
That's the one, mate.
Yeah, it's the Border Models Kagi or something like that, isn't it?
Kagi, the island for it, yeah. And he's like, if you like building big stuff, go there.
Again, I wish they'd have brought it out in 32nd scale, because that is a kit. That aircraft is absolutely superb. I'd love that in 32nd scale, but chances of it happen, never.
Yeah, getting back to it, Aussie popped up earlier and said he's built the 1/18th Huey, which I believe was the old Monogram kit. I think you've done that one, Mark, haven't you?
No, I did the 1 in 24 Revel kit.
Oh right.
I have actually. I've seen Dave's. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I've seen Dave's big chopper, and why not? I just throw it out there. I've seen Dave's big chopper, and I've got 2 pages up on my screen. And I've just had a look at it actually. It's massive. And then I've come out of that because I know that Hobby Boss do a 1 in 18 Harrier, which I'm sharing on my screen now. But when we're talking about scale, this kit was available when me and Paul went shopping to a shop 2.5 years ago, and it weren't expensive, and I was looking at it, and I must admit I was tempted, but luckily I'd watched a couple of YouTube videos prior to going on that shopping day, and the cockpit were absolutely non-existent.
No.
So I stayed away from it. So what that would suggest to me, lads, is that you've got some manufacturers like who are, with John's Armour, who are putting full interior in, but then it would appear that some manufacturers have gone, let's go big, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like on this detail. That let's just make it big. Let's just make it big, and they've bollocksed up, because if they'd have put a price point on that Harrier, right, at 1/18 scale, and I love Orca Harrier, I really do. If they'd have put a price point at that at 149, 150, 170 quid with full beautiful detail, I'd have one in my cabinet right now.
Yeah.
But they've dropped a bullet with that.
Is it Prime Model Works? He's built one, isn't he? I'm sure he's built one of those.
What the old
Yeah, one of the
Yeah, but
OB18s. Yeah,
he did the
yeah.
full
He did
scratch
he did
interior though.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job of it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Dave's saying there at bottom of the screen, he's obviously watching. Good evening, Dave.
Yeah,
The
good
cockpit
evening,
was
Dave.
barely detailed on that particular kit. Yeah, which again, I mean, it's, you know, when you look at it, and I've seen it in the flesh, and it is absolutely, I keep dropping myself in it. I've seen that in the flesh. It's absolutely massive. But what and Dave, what I think it was one of Dave's earlier kits that he built when he got back into hobby. And I have spoken to him since, and you know, he's sort of like, "Oh, I'm going to bin it because it's this wrong and that's wrong." But the wing support legs come down. I'm pretty sure they're on some kind of spring mechanism. There is certain aspects of it that are pretty good, but then there's other aspects that you would expect to see in a big kit that aren't there.
Yeah.
I've got the Tram Intruder 1 in 32. And again, I mean, I picked it up for an absolute steal. Me and Paul were talking earlier. That kit's like rocking our shit. I picked it up from where were I last year? Were I at Telford? I was at Telford last year.
Telford, Mark, yeah.
Telford. Yeah.
And I picked it up for 100 quid. He accepted 100 quid because what last 100 quid I got in my pocket, and he went, "Yeah, go on then." But I've just had to spend £85 on not photo, you know, the Quintus Studio detail set for the office. And I have bought an extra decal pack because the ones in the kit are not to my taste. So even though I'm up to 185 quid invested in that already. Do you think, I've got another question for you then, and we're sticking with scale. Do you think, let me get rid of that. Do you think that, because it certainly applies to me, the bigger the scale, the more emphasis, time and perfection that you put into something? And I will start that off. That kit for me, it's up there. I've had it. I went to Telford November 23 and the kit is still untouched. And I could have quite easily started it. And, you know, I can hold my own when I come to building a kit. I can knock one out. They're all right. But I'm still not at a place that I think I've got what it takes to put into that kit what it deserves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think it all depends on what. I think it all depends as well what it is you're building. You know what I mean? I like to think that I put as much effort into any 116 kit I build as I put into 135. I put everything into it that I possibly can, and I try and do the best I can. But you know what I mean? My hands shake a lot now, so I can only do what I can do, and that's it. And I know at some stage of the game, somebody's going to go, "That's not right. That I don't like that."
Yeah,
but they can go and blow me.
Yeah, that's right. They can. Yeah, you've made it. It's your kit. You do what the fuck you want with it.
Yeah,
time is the biggest problem you have building kits.
Definitely, James. Definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us work. Some of us are retired, John. Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
bleating. Get on with it.
Yeah, but it's time. You know, I mean, we've got jobs. And the only time that we get is evenings for a couple of hours. Weekends is really good, you know, because you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights is normally spent with these two yapping. But and we do a bit of modelling as well. I think last weekend was the most modelling I've done in a long while, apart from being in the caravan, pissing in the cupboard. But
treat yourself, mate. Treat yourself.
Oh, mate, I do all the time, you know. I have a little word with her, and I'm like, oh, this is coming out. Now, I've heard there, I don't know if you've heard, John, but 1/16 scale is going to get a massive hit in a minute. They're bringing out a 1/16 Hummel. They're also bringing out a 1/16 from Nashorn. And I think, I'm
who's
not
they?
sure
Who's
if it's Gecko.
Oh,
Gecko. I believe it's Gecko, but I'm not honestly sure. Yeah, that's the
oh,
Trump.
dear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
See, look, you know what I mean?
that's the greenhouse.
Yeah, you can't get that in a smaller scale, or can you?
Yeah, you do
Pass. I don't know.
48 for that, Mark. Yeah.
They do a 48. Look at that. Woohoo!
Oh,
Is that the Quinta? That's the
Yeah.
Quinta deco kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you could go the whole hog and do like Doug did, and do all the switches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I watched that episode the other night, and
Brilliant,
my
mate,
word,
brilliant.
that has got some patience.
Yeah.
I'm at no wonder he tells that compressor to fuck off. Right, so David says, in fact, let's start with Housey. Housey says retractable wing stabilizers, this is talking about the Harrier, spring suspension, and also retractable and a working rear navigation light. Mr. Taylor says recently bought the Airfix 1 in 35 tank bundle, hopefully not so fiddly, and can proper put a lot more into them. And then Harry says I bought the HK, here we go, 1 in 32 B17 F, just shy of 400 quid.
Wow.
And then I bought all the PE sets for it.
Sets for it, yeah.
400 quid.
400 quid.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, you got only 200 quid when they come out.
Do you know what?
I think it's a new one, isn't it?
I was talking
I think
to
that's
Mark
a new one, Paul.
I was talking to Mark about the expensive hobby at club.
I've
400 quid.
kit,
I spend that. I spend 400 quid a month on fucking ground bait for George.
Keeps spilling it. Keeps kicking it over.
400 quid. 400 quid.
That's a bit bonkers. Where did you buy that at 400 quid?
Night, Dave.
Night, Dave.
I'm waving to him like he's there.
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, get on.
I would be murdered if I spent all that money on a kit.
Yeah. Then again, it's only money in it. Can't take it with you.
That's it.
Yeah. Does any of y'all want to write me into your will?
I ain't got anything, Mark. She got it all.
Yeah. She ain't gonna sit in that shed, mate, and build all them kits.
No, they'll all go on eBay, mate. They will.
Yeah.
She'll have a holiday over in Hawaii again, I think.
Do you mean again if she made it you once before?
No, we went there. It's part of our honeymoon, mate. We went there for our honeymoon, so place we both wanted to go. Fantastic place.
Where?
Absolutely fantastic. Oahu, Hawaii.
All right, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
So, he's going in the caravan this year to Claythorpes.
Yeah. Times is hard, mate.
Scale.
I really want somebody to bring out a 1/16 scale Merkava 4 with trophy protection system.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm a 35th scale armor builder, but I do appreciate the 16 scale. I certainly wouldn't go out and buy it because I'm stuck in my ways. But there doesn't seem to be much in the way of modern armor in 16 scale, does there? There's no Abrams. Is there an Abrams? Is there a Leopard? Is there a Challenger?
Well, there is. There is.
John's going to put the fucking right to you now, look.
No, there is, but I think you'll find most of the time it's radio control.
Look at that. Now that doesn't. See, that's like the same effect as the frickin' Schnell boat. That makes you want to go out and buy one of them.
Yeah.
But it couldn't
Well,
just
as
be
you all-
scale.
That's the
That is
truthful one.
absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Look at the bloody size of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John, there isn't much more in the way of modern armour, though, is there? 16th scale.
No, no, I don't think there is. No,
You know,
there's a
if I had
couple,
that,
but nothing.
if I had that, I'd be scheming at people to give me a fucking leopard and scheming at me to give me this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? A Challenger and
Yeah.
I mean,
like I do appreciate Second World War stuff, definitely.
you can
Yeah,
get
Second World War. I think that's the
but they're
that's
all
where
motorised.
everything is based around, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get them in 116, mate. All the new ones, but they're all motorised.
Yeah, it's all radio control.
Yeah. That's
they come
that's
pre-built.
not it's not a model kit, is it? Really, it's not a model kit.
No.
No.
So you know what I mean? I've seen people unboxing them, and I'm like, oh god, let's have a look at
Yeah.
all the screws then. And he just lifts it out, and it's already built.
It's all there, all ready to go, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Put
then
the
you've got,
batteries in it and go.
you've got people like Armortech, the 1/6 tanks that they do. I mean, they're all metal. It's something else, you know. It's a different approach on a kit.
Yeah.
But they're all radio controlled as well. They're little models. They're little things. They're little models of the real thing that work.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not funny.
And there's people out there that will pay £6,000 or £7,000 for one.
They have massive shows over here where they cut off a bit of land, there's a little bit of water there, and there's literally everything that you can imagine in 1/16 scale is there.
Yeah.
Trucks, bridging stuff, tanks, you know what I mean, recovery vehicles, it's all there. And if you go on YouTube, you can find them and see them doing these exhibitions for people. But
I've seen them at Bobbington, you know.
Yeah, like we said, Jim, earlier on when we were talking, like, I mean, it's each to his own.
Like excavators, 360 excavators, what I used to drive, I'm like, look, I'd love one of them, but the price of them.
Yeah, you're talking about nearly £1,000 quid, aren't you?
1,500 quid, like.
You know what I mean? But they have these vehicles. They cut off a main street in one village so that all the enthusiasts can drive their vehicles down the road. All these Leopards and Mercavas and you name it, it's there, mate. And they're driving it all down the road, and all the kids are out there with their phones and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
man.
It's their own world, isn't it? You know what I mean? They choose to be in it, and that's it. They got the money.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair play to them, isn't it?
It's like the people who fly them planes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Build and fly them.
Build and fly them. That's right. Yeah.
There used to be a program over there on German television called The Model Makers, and I seen two blokes, father and son, and all they do is build armor, right? But they make every single piece of that armor using their own machinery, tracks, lathes. They've got lathes and everything. Tracks, body, turret, everything like that. They put the engine in it. You're talking about 4,000 or 5,000 quid here, but when you get it, you know what I mean. It's massive.
I know there's a video on YouTube of a quarter scale Phantom.
What?
That he flies, a quarter scale Phantom that he flies around, and believe you me, it makes the same noise.
Yeah, but you go so big.
You
go so big, and then you're onto RC, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, it is. It is RC, but you want to fly it. You know.
Did you ever see that thing on TV or YouTube? It's got to be on there about that guy that built a battleship. Or no, it's an aircraft carrier in his living room.
Yeah, is that the one that he gets in?
No. They have to knock the wall down for his house.
Yeah.
To get it out.
Yeah.
Because it was so big. That's a
I know of
knocking
somebody that's built a 35th. I've got to think now what it's a Unity ship. Is it the Unity?
Mm.
What was it the Yanks transported all their cargo over in? They've mass produced them. They were building them like one a week.
I don't know.
I'm like going back to like scale. The way Harry's saying there, I can see the comments Harry's making is like it's 200, 1 to 200 scale Yamato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yamato,
I love a battleship. I've not completed one yet. I'm about maybe a third of the way through Tamiya's 350 scale Tirpitz. Now, at the time, again, going back, if I'd have known about 35th scale helicopters, I'd have gone down that route.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for battleships. If I'd have known about 200 scale battleships, I'd have bought 200 scale battleships, but I didn't know about them at the time.
No.
The very first experience of going into a model shop after getting back into the hobby is I seen Tamiya's Bismarck. I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. I ended up getting the 48 scale Stuka.
Yeah. There's an old man that lives in Canada called Ron Calverley. He's on YouTube and he does battleships. He's now doing a submarine. But if you look in the background where he sits, he's 77. And there in his cabinet, I think are 3 or 4 battleships: Missouri, Bismarck, Hood, another one he's got there. And he's thinking about, depending on how his health is, buying a Yamato when he's done the sub. And he's going to build a Yamato. So if you want
as Paddy's mentioning there, like, I mean, battleships, you need to do a battleship, simple as. None of these fucking dinghies with your fucking torpedoes on them shit. None of these fucking dinghies.
Oh, have a minute here. One of them dinghies that you
like going back to battleships. You need to have a battleship in your collection.
Yeah.
I wanted to build a motor.
His camera's still this time.
A motor torpedo boat, but I'm not quite sure which one, how big. You know what I mean? So,
torpedo boat. I'm your man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I? What? Right. So I'll tell you
the
story. James.
The man.
James lives like he can put his toe outside his back door into the sea. So he lives near the sea and he's been brought up round ships. So, but James has bought loads of ships. He was showing me and Paul, because we have chat on a night time. And me and Paul Rad went, whoa, yeah, I'm going to get one of them. So I bought one. He bought his first. I bought one. James got halfway through his and went, Shelf Queen. Paul went, I can't even be asked to start mine. And I finished my bastard off.
Yeah.
You got conned, mate.
Yeah, but we knew you could do it though, Mark.
You need a battleship, Mark, not a little dinghy. You need a battleship.
We want you to be an all-rounder, Mark.
Yeah.
Not just a tornado builder.
Yeah. Tornadoes.
Have you seen the title of my name there?
Gaffer. Yeah.
Hey, I don't fucking respond to that, lad. You're not my gaffer.
Not my gaffer. Happy days. Scale, is it the most, before we move on, scale, is it the most, is it, you all gave me an answer at the start. Is it the most important thing?
No.
Yes.
Me.
Genre. I've just recently built the Mengbuk missile system. I absolutely loved it and loathed it in equal parts. Stage 1 to 17, I don't even need to look in my book because my memory's pretty good on what I've built, was novice capable. Step 18 to 28 was intermediate. When I got up to stage 29, it was you need some balls to build this. However, step 17, tracks.
Oh, yeah, senior.
With me, James and Paul have talked about it at length, so we're not going to go back into it tonight. If you want to know, the people who are watching or are going to watch, have a look on the link a little bit further down from the video. I'm an aircraft builder, and I dip my toe into other things. I've built a bike, a bulldozer, a bus, a ship, a missile system, and all kinds of things.
But Mark, as well, you also dip your toe into various scales as well, don't you? You build pretty much any scale, pretty much.
Yeah. But how important is John? I've come on already and I've said John's an armor builder because I've never seen you build an aircraft.
Me?
Yeah.
I have. I've built one and I built it on commission.
Whoa, have a minute here. You've hit the nail on the head. Why? I'm an aircraft builder and I've done 3 pieces of armor. And that from an aircraft builder's chair is like, wow. Do you build something that is going to challenge you, or do you firmly agree with what I said at the end of my video? Fuck everybody else. Just build what makes you happy. If you're happy building tanks for the rest of your life, that's what you do. If I want to build tornadoes for the rest of my life, that's what I do. Do I need to feel pressured into building armor?
No.
Do I need to feel pressured into doing that to prove to anybody, including myself, that I'm not a one-trick pony? Genre. No. How important is genre?
Right. Okay. If I go to a model shop and I'll go and look at the armor first. There's no doubt about it. But I look at things like motorbikes, ships, aircraft. I look at them all, but I just simply don't have the room and space in this small place that I live to build and display a ship. I'd love to build, and I'd love to build an aircraft carrier. I really would.
Right.
But I think there's truth in when you say it's each to his own. Each person must build what they feel happy building. Like you said here, you ran into a wall when it came to the tracks. They challenged you, but you got through it. And so that now is a hurdle that you've got over. The same as it would be with me with aircraft. If I had to build an aircraft, I would have to go and watch so many videos on how people do cockpits. They get rid of all, in spectacular fashion, they get rid of all the seam lines. They make new seam lines and everything like that. And I thought, I don't want to do that. I want to build. I want to build, right? And then I want to make it look right. I want the detail to be there, right? And then
I'll tell you what brought it on. I'll tell you what brought it on, John. Last year, I know that my dad don't watch my videos. Last year, my dad had he was 76. He actually retired when he was 72. He had a heart attack. Now, my dad's 12 gauge championship award-winning shotgun clay shooter. 2 months ago, my dad had a stroke, so he recovered from his heart attack, and then his body went, I'll raise your heart attack, and I'll try you with a stroke. So he's had a stroke. And he's lost sight in his right eye. Now, obviously, Paul, as I've said, well, that's that buggered. And literally, and it costs an absolute fortune to do that hobby. A fortune. It's like 250 quid a go. By the time you've factored in your clays, your shells, your petrol down there, your full English breakfast, your cup of tea, your shower, your petrol back home, and you'd spend and what it cost him a bomb. And I said to my dad, well, that's that done then. That's that done. And he went, what do you mean? I said, well, you've had a stroke. You can't see. You're blind in one eye. And he went, I don't care if I hit one fucking shell or 100, Mark. I love doing it. And I'm going to keep going. And it's that brought me on to thinking, well, I didn't have a rant, but I certainly, my mouth open before I engaged my brain last night making that video. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
instead of feeling pressured into doing what other people want you to do.
Yeah. I mean, some guy, Harry Morwick, just here made a great comment, and he said some people build only Tomcats or Phantoms or Tonkas.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Julius in California, a mate of mine, only builds 1 in 32 Phantoms. That's all he builds.
That's it then. There you go. You know what I mean? There you go.
Do I have permission then? Do I have permission to say, well, you're not that good a modeler because all you can do is F4s?
No, because
No.
I don't think so, because what he's done then, he's discovered something that really inspires him, and he's developed a talent for it. Because I guarantee you, if you go and have a look at one of his, what did he say, Phantoms?
Yeah.
Phantom, yeah.
You'll be hard pressed to fucking find, excuse my French, you'll be hard pressed to find anything wrong with it.
Julius sells his 1 in 32 Tamiya F4s for $4,000 a pop.
There
you go. Then there can't be too much wrong with it, then, can there?
And I'll tell
That's
you
a
what,
job.
John, he's got a 6-month waiting list.
Yeah, it's a job, isn't it? It's a
There you
sideline
go.
job. He's making money on it. It's funding his hobby, so to speak.
Right. Here's another example. There's a guy called David Parker. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
He's an armor builder.
Yeah, armor
Now,
builder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what that guy does for armor.
Yeah, he's
for
good.
armor builders. You know what I mean? If I put my King Tiger next to his, you'll brush mine straight off the table, right? And then you just concentrate on his.
John, the thing is, he's professional.
Yeah, he is. There's no doubt about
professional. He's also a manufacturer, mate, as well.
Yeah, he does.
So he sells what he makes, molds. He sells. Other people buy.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a mate of mine that knows Dave Parker as well. Now I've known him since school days, and he's quite prolific in the 1/16 farmer. He's doing a Achilles at the moment. Chap called Spud Murphy.
Okay.
Absolutely brilliant modeler. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant modeler. Never ever, since I've known him, he's always modeled. Always. You know, you get to that sort of like 20-year-old and you find your girls and all that lot, and then modeling dwindles off until you're like, you've got a couple of kids, and then you're looking for something else to do again. You know, and then you go back to modeling. John's always carried on, and he's brilliant. He really is good. I think he's got his own web page up as well. I think you're on it, actually, John.
Yeah, some people have definitely got an eye for it, haven't they? They
have. They've just got that knack. Like Mark's got the knack for Tonkas. He knows everything about a Tonka. You know, me, I know shit all about nothing.
Just going to interject, David. I hope you're still watching. Watched last night. Don't know how you kept it out of the bin. Stunning build though. Just to swell my head a little bit more. If you actually, this could backfire big time. Are you referring to the main book? Has Paul got?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
That. So anyway, what was it that? What else we got down here? Harry says that's like Warhammer figure painters. What is?
Yeah, it is. It is. They go right into it, you know. I've got a couple of friends that's into Warhammer. I'm not. I just can't. Yeah, it's just not me. Figure painting's not me, you know. I will have a crack at it. I've got a couple of figures here, but I will have a crack at it. But Warhammer is wargaming. You know, you go into certain scales, 156 bolt action series. You know, it's for wargaming, and there's a lot of people that are into that. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to do it as well, you know, but we used to do it with 1/72 scale because that's all that was around at the time, 1/72 and 1/76. But that's all that was around it, that particular time. Now you've got 148 in armor. You've got 156 in armor. You've got a choice in armor, you know. And if you're a
Do you know what?
prolific armor builder, then you're going to choose. I mean, for me, the biggest scale there was at the time was 135th. So we were building 135th scale everything, you know, when I was a kid, up until the age of about 15, 16. And there wasn't a kit out there that, yeah, I can, yeah.
Do you know what? What I reckon would be really good would be like triple the scale, especially when it comes to cakes.
I love it. I love it. Happy days. Happy days.
Mate.
Good evening, Plastic Monkey. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, hope you're well, Paul. Hope you are.
Hope
You
you are.
keep cracking on, mate.
Hope you're well. Dave, I thought aircraft was all I was going to build, but I have built HMS Hood 1 in 600. Loved it. And now the tanks, of course.
Yeah. Well, back in my day, Mark, there was Airfix used to bring out the one, or they brought out the 1/600 scale. Amazon, all the modern ships, water class. Yeah. Built a few of them in the day as well. I think I can remember building a Scharnhorst.
I'm not a kit snob, and I'm not a scale snob, but I am a scale snob because, I mean, me and Paul, you know, we didn't grow up together. I've only known Paul like 4 or 5 years, but when me and Paul are chatting and, you know, we wind each other up as much as we genuinely have a great love for each other, I would literally, I'm going to do it again, bend over for him. Wrong answer. But he knows what I mean. He's my brother from another mother. But I am a scale snob because 1 in 48 is about as low as I'll go. I've built a Bear 1 in 72, and they're just the windows were so small. It's like, what's the point in trying to detail that?
Yeah.
You know, 1 in 48, I am a scale snob. 1 in 48 on aircraft is as low as I'll go. 1 in 35, realistically, even though I've mentioned that 1 in 48 Sea King, do you know what? As much as I've seen Mark Bridges offering today, and as much as I've said, bloody hell, you've done it here, and he's done a great job on it, but I just know in my own head that if it were 50 quid, for example, and I got 50 quid spare, I still won't go out and buy it because it's not 1 in 35. I'd rather spend that £50 on getting an upgrade cockpit set for something else that I've got.
Yeah.
That's a massive contributing factor, is that, Mark. Is like, you know, if you got the money, you know, you tend to prioritize stuff, don't you? I mean, like the stuff like this Heinkel. If this Heinkel comes off, if something comes along at the same time, then you know, I think I'd rather have that before this. So I'd put my money towards that. You know what I mean? Same like I'm selling off aircraft kits now to fund me armor addiction.
Yeah.
I'd rather have armor now than the kits than the aircraft kits that I've got.
Yeah,
so if you got your 50 quid for your Airfix Sea King, and then something,
we did.
You know what I mean? And then you go, I'd rather have that. You'd spend your money on. You'd rather have that than the Sea King, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because at the same time as I'm looking at this 1 in 48 Sea King at 50 quid or whatever it is, I'm also getting sort of like people saying, "Oh, Mark, there's an Academy 1 in 35 Viper, or there's Academy 1 in 35 Apache, or you know, the Black Hawk type thing." I'm thinking 1 in 35 is my scale on helicopters. Why would I ever entertain a 1 in 48?
Yeah.
So therefore, Mark, if you've got your 50 quid for your Airfix, I'd be going like, no, that's all right. I can bypass that. I'll put me 50 quid towards my 1/35th scale. Chinook or Viper or whatever, you know, or that Sky Crane.
Dale
Yeah.
says, "Did you know the hood was sunk by the Bismarck?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
we
much
all
so,
know,
mate,
we know
yeah.
that, Dale. We all know that. And
In
Dave
the
says, "I have
Denmark
the
straight.
Bismarck in my stash to go with the hood."
Yeah. Lucky
See,
it.
we're on the sub. I think battleships should be discussed a lot more because there's not really many people, not even a club, build battleships. It's quite a
Yeah. It's an
battleship
individual.
is such a difficult subject to address. I think.
Well, Dale, not Dale,
There
Davy
is a
House.
few out there. That do.
Davy House has done the Yamato, hasn't he?
Well, he
Yeah.
hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Has he? He's on
Well,
it.
he's working on it. He's working on it, isn't he? I wouldn't have thought he's finished it yet. Not going through all that etched brass.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's kind of just like paused it, hasn't he, Jim?
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
I was listening to Ron when he was saying something the other week in Canada that he's building his sub, like I said. And he said he could have bought all the extra brass for the hood, I think it was, or the Missouri, one of them. And he said when he looked at it, the railings, the hand railings that went round the outside of the ship, he said he looked at them and they were all flat in the brass kit. And he went, I am not in any way going to spend all that money on brass for this model after all the work I've done on it to have the handrails be flat. Because that's not the way they were. So he put the plastic ones on. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is and what you're looking for, innit? Battleship, I'd love to do it, but aircraft carrier, I'll buy all the planes for it.
While we're on the subject of scale, we've got a comment there. I'll tell you what, some people don't have come out with some bleeding names. You're all right, Andy, mate. Lord Luca Racing and Gaming. So Andy Hartup is one of ours. He's a Sesco boy through and through. And Andy Hartup. Andy, if you want to just remind, because I know that John and Paul will be extremely interested in not only what you're building, but the scale in what you're building it. If you can just add that to the comment, mate, just to jog my memory. I've seen it down at the club today. And like I said, I did shoot a video, but I deleted it by accident. So, Andy, if you can just pop on the comment there what it is that you're building. So I'll give let's have a look. It's a 1 in 35th Trumpeter Leopold.
Oh God, the railgun.
The railgun. Yeah, the railgun.
And
that's in my stash.
He's got the aluminium 2-piece barrel for it.
Yeah.
I think he said it cost €28. If I'm just correct me if I'm wrong there, Andy.
I actually had the kit, mate. I sold it to one of the guys at club. It might, I don't know whether it was Andy I sold it to, but I sold it to one of the guys at club years ago.
Did you?
I built Dora.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
it might have been Housey I sold mine to.
Well, he might have sold it to Andy Hartup. Where did you get it from, mate? Because it sounds like it's been through many hands.
It's got a hole in the box lid.
I built Dora, and when I finished it,
Paul, look at this. Paul,
yeah, what scale, John?
Paul.
172, mate.
Second. Yeah. It's big in 70 seconds.
That Leopold Andy's building was mine.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he says I got it off Housey. So did you sell it to Housey?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I hope he's enjoying it because it was a fantastic looking kit.
Yeah,
because you even got the rail tracked in it and everything.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I sold mine, but there he is.
I
want the 35th Dora, but it's like 800 quid.
Yeah, Fred Foot. Have a word with Fred Foot.
Yeah. Sell a kidney.
Yeah. Have a word with Fred Foot. Mark knows him. He had, I think he runs a model shop, doesn't he, Mark?
Fred?
Fred?
Model make. Not model maker.
Dora.
I mean, that's Rob.
Dora.
No, I know when I first met him last year at Telford while we were me and Mark were talking, and he said, "I've just ordered 8
What?
Doras,
Bloody hell.
yeah, 8 Doras, and they were
35th.
£800 each
35th.
in 35th, yeah, and that is
Yeah.
huge."
John, are you aware of the bunker on Facebook? Scottish guy Neil Rafferty.
No.
He's built Dora in 35th scale, but the thing is that nobody's done a video version of it. But
No,
from what I remember, is Neil Rafferty on Facebook. Search Neil Rafferty or search the bunker. I'm pretty certain he's got like a slideshow of his build of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge, mate.
Yeah.
Which, well, you know that. You know Dora.
Yeah.
You know the scale. It's an amazing kit.
Yeah, it is. I like I say, I did the 172, and
Yeah.
I did that relatively shortly after being back in the hobby, and I've said to my wife, I'd really love to build that again because I built it and just painted it, and if I did it again now, 172, the amount of detailing I put in on it now would be just. It would literally take me about 6 months to build it.
Yeah, but would you not rather stick out and like save your money and like go for the 35th scale?
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
Regardless of space.
I have.
take up his hobby room.
Oh,
Look at the size of it.
that's
Oh,
Leopold.
that's the Leopold, yeah. That's Leopold. Yeah, because they do the I think it's Trumpeter, isn't it? They do the Carl Morsa as well.
Yeah, I've done both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
One guy came round to buy something off me and told me he was a modeller and in a modelling club, and he saw my Carl, the modeller Carl, and I had that up here on the shelf. And he says his modelers at that place. He took photos of all my models and everything. So I gave him the Leopold to take to his modelling club, so that
Andy, mate.
they could gloat over that.
Yeah.
Andy, if
That
you're looking at
Leopold,
screen,
look at that.
German Leopold gun crew.
Yeah.
I think they fired across the channel with that as well, didn't they?
I think they tried to. I think they did actually. Yeah.
What was the size of the shell on that?
But then,
280.
it's 280
mil.
Yeah, 280 mil. Yes, 28.
Well,
whatever.
That had a weight of a beetle at the
They're
time.
fucking massive.
It's talking about 450 kilometers.
Yeah.
Look at it, he's bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bonkers.
You know what I mean? The
But
only
I've
reason
said to Andy today,
Go on.
it looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Deutsche
And he
Reichsbahn,
he says, I do want the figures, but I'm completely useless at painting figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're me,
No, I
mate.
can't do that either.
Yeah, that's a problem. I'm like, armor is such a beautiful. So it's so
In that
easy to
scale.
visualize it in a diorama.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why I hate armor.
That's why you hate armor, but you're buying it.
That's why I hate it, James. I've got that many armor kits. I can't go back and diorama them up, as it were.
One of the most inspiring dioramas I've seen with armor, and I'm sure that you've seen it across many platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think it's an Abrams tank, if I'm not mistaken, and it's going over a bit of earth ramp, firing a shell with the ring of smoke out. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Somebody's done a Mayor Carver doing that as well. I just wish I could do it.
Yeah.
I just wish I could do it. But I've got another 116 on the way now. Andy's Hobby Headquarters M113.
Oh, the armored
Yeah.
personnel carrier, Vietnam
It
job.
is,
Yeah.
and I'm doing
Yeah, I
it
can't wait for
in.
that one to come out.
You talk about that to the right things. Is that that's not? It's not modern, is it? That's sort of like Vietnam
Yeah.
area, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Vietnam. Yeah, 1970s, 60s,
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah, but that's coming with a full interior. That.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's getting.
Well, I think it has to really. The only thing that's missing
Well,
out of it is the engine, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
the
that
engine's
be a
not in
given?
it.
If it's 1/16 scale, it should be a given across the board, shouldn't it? Really? If you're
What's
buying a
that? Full
1/16
interior?
scale kit, it should have interior, surely.
Yeah, but see, that's where Andy's Hobby Headquarters wins. In
Yeah.
that he produces a model. You know what I mean? And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, to be fair, if we're really really honest with each other, when you build it, it goes on shelf. How many people
Yeah,
do
you
you know
don't
that
see it
comes round
inside.
and say? How many people do you know that come round and say, "Can you get that off the shelf and let me have a look inside?" Because not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
All right?
No.
So
The thing is, though,
he-
John, it's the fact that you know you've done the interior.
That's correct. Yeah, but if that's what you want, if that's what
I think
you
this is where the price
Exactly.
matters.
Exactly.
The price
Yeah.
comes into it as
Yeah.
well, you know.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
they can produce like Andy's first, I think it was the Tiger, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
I think it was the
was
Tiger.
it the
Tiger
Tiger?
one, which killed.
Yeah, it was the Tiger one, wasn't it?
Yes,
And
yes.
that because people were screaming for it,
Yeah.
he produced it, but it was just the shell. And
Yeah.
to be perfectly truthful with you, there's people out there that's all they want to do. They
Yeah.
just want to do the
Yeah.
shell. There's
To be
other
fair,
Yeah.
idiots like ourselves that want to do the interior as well.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
but that's for show.
Yeah.
It is for show. You know,
Yeah, that's
you've
where
got to
he
take
won.
photographs. You've got to show it. Me, I'm
That-
not interested in showing any of them. But
Yeah.
it's there for me. Like yourself, it's there for yourself. You've
Yeah.
done it. You've proved. You've put the video out. You've
Yeah.
shown what you've done. You know, so
Yeah.
you've got nothing to prove to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get your naysayers. They'll come on. They'll comment. This is wrong. That's wrong. But who gives a shit anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
As far as
That's where-
genre is concerned, there's I can tickle the bear by saying Paul won't build sci-fi.
Neither
No.
will I.
Why?
Because it doesn't exist.
No,
It's not real.
it doesn't. No, you're right.
It doesn't
it's
kill
not
anyone.
real. No.
And we'll leave that right there. Thanks for killing that topic of conversation.
It's not real.
He's not moving his camera, mate. That's what it is.
What the fuck? Yeah, that killed that one. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Well, Mark, you go into. I know we're going back into armor again, but there's some kits in the armor series that I won't buy. I'm sort of like well into me World War II, but you've got the likes of the E100. I mean, there was only one made. Mouse 2. You know, there's other things out there as well. The F.
Massive thing, James.
I'm getting into trouble now.
Go on. Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah. There's actually, James, John, for that matter, armor builders. Are you aware of the Australian Armory Builders YouTube channel?
Yeah. Watch it all the time. Yeah, they're doing the Stug at the moment.
Yeah,
and they're working on kit drawings.
But haven't they got one in the stash? Haven't they got one of the mammoths in the stash? Like a real one in the museum. The Australian Armory Builders, where they restore real tanks.
Yeah. Well, they build them from scrap, don't they? Because I watched the Jag Tiger, the Jag Panther build, and that from what they had, I mean, they dug up shitloads in Germany, didn't they? They uncovered. They were building there somewhere, and they uncovered one of the burial sites for the tanks. and they shipped it all over, and they've actually built the Jag Panther from it, and fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
What I'm saying though, James, is that subject that John just brought up there, then that mammoth. He said there was only like 2 of them built or something. One of them's actually in Australia, is it? Or in the UK?
Mouse.
The mouse. There's only 2 mouse ever built, and I think the Russians got them both, haven't they?
Yeah. The
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, the Russians have them, but the E100 was. I believe the E100 chassis was captured by us, and they were planning on putting it's the same turret as the mouse turret that goes on it as well.
Wasn't a mouse on like 4 sets of tracks as well or something?
No, they were huge tracks. They were about 6 feet across, weren't they?
Like double the size of like a tiger, weren't they?
The Americans did that. The Americans did that. An experimental tank they put on 4 tracks.
Yeah.
To combat the Russian armor.
Yeah.
They believed that the Russian armor was just almost unstoppable. They needed a vehicle that would stop it.
It was the JS. Was it the JS2? When the JS2 come out, they shit themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, they just shit
Because
themselves.
there was nothing that could touch it. Nothing at all.
Or so they thought.
Yeah.
So they thought. You could only be about just above 5 feet to be in that vehicle at all. You know what I mean? Because it was so cramped inside, there was just no room for anybody else. And you could only fire 6 rounds a minute, max. But if you want things with big tracks, the Americans go and have a look at what they. It's massive.
What are you eating, John?
Chicken sandwich, mate. You want one?
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
He had to go find it, didn't he?
See if
that's
look at that.
Merkava.
Yeah.
Merkava.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like, that was actually a video as well, Mark. Yeah, right, okay.
Shows you how he builds all that shooting thing as well, doesn't he? The lights and everything. Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh. Merkava. I think that's the Mark III as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. That is an awesome diorama.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Let's have a look then. So back to let's have a look at comments. So Andy says, does anything really exist though? Let's not go down that chuffing rabbit hole. We've got another one. Good evening all and greetings from Plymouth. Now then, James.
Hello. Hometown.
Do you know each other?
No.
Right. Okay. James is
not unless he tells me his real name. Then we might.
Okay.
We might be brothers.
Like the Reptile didn't make it to service, but had it to make models. Also, at one point, the KV-1 was unstoppable. Bavara, the Russian, cannibalized what was left of the two Maus after they tried to destroy them. What's left in the museum. And Andy says again, speaking of dioramas, and then nothing. Right, okay, yeah, can't say that. Scale genre. Paul won't build sci-fi because it's not real. I would literally dip my toe into anything. I said on my video last night, I fancy doing a shape. I know that Paul builds race bikes and makes them into cafe street racing type affairs. Won't mind having a go at one of them. Big ship, submarine, fancy a submarine. The armor thing though, because armor sort of pulling in a little bit, but it's got to be wheels. John, what sort of armor should I buy that's got wheels on, something like a coastal defence gun, then that's gonna have the upper bit that's like armour, but the lower bit that's a lot easier than goddamn tracks.
At least he's honest.
Puma.
Come on.
Puma. Puma.
There you go, mate.
Have a minute. I'm trying to make you big. How many more times?
What?
I'm going to drop my sexual innuendo into this conversation. I'm going to try. Right, I'm going to try and make you big now.
He is.
Puma.
Puma.
That is nice. That's nice. That's nice. Is that the same as what you're on, James?
That's the one.
Same kit though. Same manufacturer.
Yeah, same kit. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what.
See, that what days? It's day, but I know we don't know each other.
That's
But
Greyhound. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Greyhound M8.
Wow, look at that.
That's beautiful. That is.
That comes with a bit of an interior as well, Mark.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
engine though.
No engine, but that's from Andy's hobby headquarters.
Oh, yeah.
Got a small fighting compartment, driver. You know what I mean? But apparently there's bits available now, so you can add on to this to really expand it. You know what I mean? Radio.
Yeah, but John, what sort of price you looking at? You looking about 120 for that? Would you say?
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, it's about 120.
Yeah.
That's.
See,
I think that most of the 30-second kits, Paul, are coming out. They're sort of like all around the £100 mark. You try and I know you get the little fighters, but most of the big stuff that comes out now. I mean, to say I would love to tackle the Lancaster, but no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really would. I think I would drop down. I'm gonna sort of like twist her arm, but I want to B25 in 132nd.
Have you not got a 1 in 32 F4 to finish off yet, James?
Yeah, it's there. It's there, mate. But like John said, it's panel lines. I'm still a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, mate. I might just get on and spray it, like you said, just spray it.
No, I think I'm like Mark is obviously struggling with his armour. Well, he's not struggling. He's obviously at an impasse. He's at an impasse with armour kits. I think we should like encourage him to like strive for 35th scale helicopters.
I think you were close there, Paul. What you've done there is you said, I think that you should have changed encourage him to all chip together.
Buy him,
Buy him.
That's Sky Crane. I think it's like, is it ICM?
I think he's fishing for his next kit. I think he's fishing for his next kit, and I can't help. I know Mark did a beautiful job on his choppers. Not his chopper, not our choppers, not our choppers. His choppers.
His chopper. Yeah, get on. But as I was saying, ICM. Now, ICM brought out the Sky Crane, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, that's a big kit. That's an absolute. And I know you come close to buying that, Mark, as well, didn't you? You come close to buying that.
That is on the
radar. He's to push over the edge now, James.
Yeah, there you are. See, 135th.
Good night, David.
Beautiful kit. Huge.
Right, Dave.
Yeah, good night, Dave.
David. Bye-bye.
Guys, where do you put them?
That's well. The thing is that I was looking at buying that, but they don't do a wing fold on it.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, you do.
I
But
don't-
you don't buy helicopters and fold the fucking rotors.
Yeah, you do for storage.
No, you don't.
The fucking rotor on it, mate, is 700 mil.
Don't care.
It's huge. It's
Don't
massive. I
care.
got.
I'm with Paul on that one.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Make the
I'm with
case.
Paul
could
on
always
that
add-
one.
I could always put the rotor system on there, couldn't I?
Bin a kit. Make room for it.
I see him. Yeah, bin a kit and make room for it. Yeah.
Claws
Yeah,
are coming
I've got
out now,
to
aren't
be,
they?
I've got to be with Paul on that one. I really, really have, because you know, when you're getting something like this
Oh,
that's this
Yeah.
big, you know,
And now
Yeah,
what's
it's beautiful.
Now it
the
actually
point?
comes with a container or an
Yeah, it
what was
does.
that weapon
Yeah,
we had?
daisy cutter.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah, the big daisy cutter. Yeah.
that's like getting that kit and having the rotor blades folded up is like having the world's biggest cock and only pouring half of it in.
The thing, Mark, they never folded. I don't think the rotors were made to fold. They were never made to fold.
You probably were back in them days. It's Vietnam area, isn't it?
absolute.
No, I don't-
Mark again.
Mark, that'd suit you down to a treat, but then again, saying, what other 35th is there? You've done the Hind in
Black
35th, and that was a cracking bill, Mark.
It
Yeah,
was,
that's
Did
a
you do the
beautiful
Chinook in 35th?
Yeah.
no, I did actually do that in 48th, but
See, now,
that's before I
What's
turned into
that?
a scale snob.
I thought that was 35th, that one that you did. The
Which
Hind.
one? What the Hind
The
was?
Hind.
Yeah, the Hind,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a trumpet kit,
lot,
wasn't it?
that's- Yeah, beautiful kit, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I'm just shook my head on my body language, people saying obviously it weren't. It was a beautiful kit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, that water pod, that's aftermarket, that underneath, Mark.
Yeah,
It is the
mate.
one with the daisy cutter on it.
I mean, there's not a great deal to it. Is
Oh,
there?
No, there isn't. Looking at it, but kit-wise, yes, there is.
yeah.
Detailed cockpit, detailed engines.
Yeah. Bonkers for detail, Mark.
Bonkers.
Bonkers for detail.
Yeah. What's 573 parts,
Yeah,
770
I thought you were going to say
millimeter.
573 quid then.
No. 770 millimeter rotary span. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
just
absolutely enormous.
yeah.
You've been a couple of tornadoes for that. Throw some of your fucking tornadoes in the fucking.
You take that back.
Scoundrel.
Yeah, it does look like a nice piece. I know Clem's built maybe two. I think Clem might have built two of them down at club.
Go on, Mark. Just for the hell of it, go through some. Just do a search on 35th scale helicopters.
Oh, okay.
Craig's. I'll bet you Craig Stinson's favourite will come up, the Chinook.
Yeah. Chinook could do you a treat, Mark. The Viper would do you a treat.
Chinook would do. I
Oh,
want to have a go at one of them.
the Apache. I've just recently subscribed to a guy, South African he is, and I've just been watching his series on the 35th Apache, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I had discovered
The Cuse, the 06.
What's that one there?
Yeah, that's a nice little kit.
Can't see it.
Yeah, Little Bird.
Little Bird, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Mark.
Yeah. The
That's
little
the
yeah.
biggest one.
Patchy Longbow,
Yeah.
Black Hawk, Fire Scout's not my thing.
See, what's that? Go back up a minute, Mark. What was that one?
UH1C.
No, go back up a bit. Where's that one there then? Yeah, this one here, right in the middle here.
Chinese job.
I love how you pointed
Yeah,
at your
the
screen.
Chinese. That'd be cool. I bet. Yeah, the trumpet. That trumpeter kit.
Yeah.
Trumpeter kit. Oh, that one.
That one.
Yeah,
that one, Mark. Yeah, I reckon that'd be cool.
Looks like a dolphin.
I think that's what it's called, a dolphin. There is a dolphin helicopter, to be honest.
There is. No, that one looks. That TACOM. That one looks all right.
That's the one to get. Not the Meng. Don't get the Meng one. Get the TACOM one.
Yes, that one though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that one as well, Mark. The camo in the background. With the twin rotors.
Who built that? Somebody took it down to the club last week. Can't remember who it was.
Camo with, yeah, there it is. There. Oh, whoa. Back up.
Oh, whoa.
The one on the right, Mark, is from the
This camo over here. Yeah.
Next one up a bit.
Next one up.
Next one up, mate. There he is. Yeah, it's one of the carrier-based helicopters. That's what. That's what Greg. That's what Greg built in 600th. I think it was. It was that he did his own little props.
On the back of that. Oh yeah.
Do you know how much that kit is?
No.
It's an absolute fortune.
Yeah, it's probably because it's
$29.99.
No, not that much.
Exactly. I was looking the other day.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Mark, most of the time the price will reflect the detail,
the quality of the kit.
Most of the time.
I'd say.
There you go. I'll be boshing it.
So you need to bring these Black Hawks out back out again, but chances of that, I don't know.
Yeah, see that.
Definitely the little bird, Mark. Definitely the little bird.
Yeah, the little bird's nice.
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't
OH6.
mind doing that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bog.
See that one when it finally decides to load. Consent, just crack on. Oh, these are just. Oh, they look at that.
Yes, I was going to say it's just the figures, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but that just looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Look at that. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
That's skill, that, isn't it? That's real. That's real painting skills.
Yeah, it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely brilliant.
That does. Looks brilliant.
We'll see. I've got. I'm doing a little truck at the minute for my boss at work. Then I think I'm going to do the Phantom. I can't start the Intruder until after competition day, which is on the 16th of November, because obviously I want to enter it into next year's competition. So I can't start that just yet. Let's just have a look through comments here. Where have I got comment? Oh, there it is. Andy Hartup sent me a link. Let me just have a little look. It's on X, which used to be Twitter. I'm not on it, Andy Love. So I think. We saw that. We saw that last week. Somebody's built a ship, and they've put it onto a base that does that. So it looks like it's actually moving in the water. But but it's not. You don't need. Yeah, I've got it on now, mate, on my phone. I've got it on my phone. It does look pretty spectacular, to be honest. I wonder if how can I get? Let me just have a look on. Let me see if I can get a YouTube screen on here. YouTube. See if I can find it for you.
What you looking for?
I'm looking for the model of the ship. That somebody put as a diorama on a base, Paul, that did that.
All right, okay.
Can you remember?
Rings a bell. I'm
Pardon me. Ship.
pretty positive it's going to be AI.
Ship model diorama. Model ship water diorama. That's come up as an option. It's none of them. It's none of that. Only if I put moving model ship, moving water, moving water diorama. Let me have a look, see if that finds anything. How to make a base. Lots of black pearl shit going off. How to make sea, but that's just static. No, it's none of them. It's got to be on here somewhere. Bit of RC. And then for some reason we've got Phil Flory building a trumpeted A6. No. Oh, I hate that. I hate it when I'm looking for something and it's not there. You know, you just want it to be the first thing that you chuff and find.
Yeah.
Loads of resin water dioramas. Some of them are absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Submarine dioramas. I will have to see if I can find it for next time. Unless, Andy... I just put a comment on. Aren't you signed into Facebook on your PC? Can get the link I sent off that. Yes, I am, mate. So let me go back to... Did you send me? You did. Let me send it on. Let me have a look on Messenger. Messenger. Andy. Hit that link. Share this tab. X. It must be coming up now. I want to share the screen. Yeah. So there it is. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So watch that water line, John.
oh, that is absolutely awesome. That's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
Brilliant.
Put it back on, man.
I'm trying. Yeah, look at that. How weird is that?
That is just something else, isn't it?
It's servo motors in it and stuff, and like
yeah. So what it's done is I think he's got servos on underneath the boat that tilt it fore and aft ever so slightly, but then obviously he's done the water to do the same thing.
Yeah, man, that's fucking. It's
You
like,
take
well,
that to
what's the
Telford.
water?
You
What's the
take
water,
that to
mate?
Telford.
You're fucking bonkers, mate.
Bonkers.
I doubt if you get anything if you took it to Telford. Wrong colour water.
Love it.
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Is it Tilly Ring? he's a tiddlywink. If you brought it to Telford, it gets stolen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a class piece. That I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
definitely.
almost as good as the 1 in 32 Lancaster that I saw at Telford that were doing the bomb drop.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That was fantastic. I thought that one won, but it didn't, did it?
No, the only problem with that model, James, was it had static propellers.
Yeah, but then the photograph, it was taken from a photograph.
Yes.
So that's the way around it. But yeah, it would have looked better if the rotors were going around.
Yeah.
John?
Yes, mate.
Are you in Germany?
Yeah.
You're in Germany. Have you seen that display in, I think it's in Germany. It's like a museum where they've got like a working airport diorama. They've literally got like all the aircraft buses running around and like massive scale aircraft taxiing around, and there's actually like a jumbo jet taxis along and takes off and goes through the wall.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about now. It's not a museum or out like that. It's a place you can actually physically go and visit.
What's it called?
Right, okay.
It's in Hamburg, I think. Right, and
so you're obviously familiar with it. Have you been?
No.
Okay.
It's massive, that place, and it's run by two brothers, and they employ
tons
of people like the theme that they've got, like the airport theme. They did something else as well, not so long back. You know what I mean? They've done railways.
It's like a miniature city, isn't it? Really, with an airport.
There's a different theme for each one that you go around and visit while you're in.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. You
know what I mean?
Hamburg.
Yeah. And everything has to be absolutely authentic. So they employ loads of people to do all lights. They've got little fire engines this big that run around with lights going on them and everything like that.
Yeah, man. Look, even is it an Airbus A37? There you go.
Look at Mark. He's not behind us, is he? Look at it. There it is.
There you go.
That's what we can go in and see. That's just a little bit of it. Look at that. That's nuts. Just goes through that thingy, doesn't it? Look at that.
Just turn the volume down a little bit.
Two brothers, they had that idea, and I saw a documentary on it, and people were saying, no, we're not going to give you the money to do it because it ain't going to make any money, ain't that? And they bought a disused warehouse, I think they bought. They got it off the ground by themselves using their own money and a little bit of finance that they managed to get, and it just exploded after that. It just went bananas. People, I don't know how much money they spend getting into that place, but all the workers get at it from underneath.
Yeah.
They have made a fortune with that now. Look at it.
How far away is that from you, John? How come you've not been?
Because it's about 3 hours away, mate.
Oh, right, okay. Bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely bonkers, mate.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Look at that. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Fascinating.
Run a nightclub before this.
Have you not seen this, James?
I mean, the computer.
Oh, I
the
have. Yeah,
computer
yeah, yeah.
system
I've
that
seen it.
work that. Yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Bloody
Hello.
adverts. I'm so
Yeah,
I've got some mates.
oh, Eminem.
Strangest things.
It does seem kind of small in here, Red.
Personal space.
Video plays
guys.
soon.
M&M's.
M&M's.
Purina One by Fencis helps protect their gut microbiome by balancing its bad and good bacteria.
There it is.
What scale is that?
Miniature Wonderland Hamburg.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a bit of a mishap, hasn't he? Oh, no,
Yeah.
That's fire training school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the look of it.
Up she goes. Rotate. That's from me being when I was a captain in my earlier days.
Rotate when the front wheel comes up, innit?
Amazing.
Imagine getting a job there.
Yeah. Happy days. Anyhow, back to us. Right, so I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to make my screen bigger. We have been traveling across this little time frame for 2 hours and 21 minutes. There are still 9 people watching, which is just incredible that there's been 9 people stuck watching us old farts for the last 2.5 hours. I'm going to call it a day anyway because 22 minutes past 10. So, John, what time have you got? 22 minutes past 11?
I have indeed, my man.
22 minutes past 11. To the 9 who are watching, thank you. I am going to wrap it up. I really hope that you've enjoyed listening to us rambling on about scale and genre. Keep modelling, keep doing what you're doing, but keep doing what absolutely makes you happy.
Yeah.
So, Night Guys from Plastic Monkey, thank you very much. So, John, thank you for your company this evening.
Thank you very much for the invite, my man. Thank you.
You
Nice
are
to meet you
more
guys.
than welcome, Cocker. More than
Yeah,
welcome.
John.
We
Thank
all
you.
say goodbye.
Brilliant, John. I shall be in touch with this with regard to the Heinkel.
Yeah, you do that, mate. Thank
Cheers,
you all
buddy.
very, very
Catch you
much. Thank you.
Cheers, love. And that's goodbye to John. Next one, we are going to say goodbye to James. James, it's always like, please let it be Paul. Please let it be Paul. Can I just say, right, because me and James, we've been doing this. So while we were on chat, I will wrap this up. This week, I think Paul was busting for a piss. And he
His camera, wasn't it?
He has to nip into the house and he shook his camera and I said, Jesus Christ, it's like being on a bleeding
roller coaster.
So we've been doing that with Paul all week. So James, thank you ever so much for your company. Have you enjoyed yourself tonight?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Thank you very much again.
You are more
good to
than
be
welcome.
back, eh?
Yeah,
good to be back, mate.
Very much so. And we will catch you later, mate. Cheers, buddy.
I'll catch you later, Paul.
Later.
Later, guys.
Mate.
And finally, Paul, thank you very much once again for joining me. Paul's in his new shed down at the bottom. Paul's had a little bit of a rest from modelling because his life's been up and down. moved house, got a new shed. He's in the middle of making it into his own little palace. And we've been talking. We talk literally, 2, 3, 4 times a week, maybe more. And his mojo at the absolute rock bottom, it's fair to say, Paul, isn't it?
Yes, very much so, mate. Yeah.
But thankfully,
I am powering through now, Mark, like you wouldn't believe.
And it's funny because when I talked to Paul, my mojo waned earlier on in the year. And I actually said to Paul, and you might be able to relate to this, the guys who are still watching, I like to bounce off what somebody else is doing. It inspires me to do it. And Paul dropping off the modelling, it did. And it did affect my mental health. How crazy is that because Paul wasn't doing it, I didn't feel inspired that I wanted to do it either. But Paul's coming back with a vengeance, and that's inspired me to crack on. Paul, thank you very much for your time this evening. Let's, love you, man. And I shall probably catch you tomorrow night.
Brilliant, Mark. Thank you for having me on. It's been fantastic, as always. I think we're back on track, aren't we? We're back on track.
We're back on track, mate. We're back on track. Love you, man. Catch you later.
Love you, dude. Speak to you later.
Cheers, mate. Ta-da, love.
Big good, man. Superb.
Big up, mate. And there goes Paul, and that leaves me. So, thanks for watching. It's been absolutely ages since I've done a live stream. Where's my camera? It's up there. It's been ages since I've done a post-build video. It's been ages since I've done a live stream. Things have happened in my life. Things have happened at club that have sort of made me even question why I'm doing all of this sort of stuff. But I don't know what it is that's brought me back. But I suppose it's nice to have a rest. I know that when some people say, oh, I've lost a mojo, and you see that on Facebook regularly, and the comment that always comes up is, oh, try and build something small, try and build something in your comfort zone, try and build something out your comfort zone. And there is no right and wrong answer. The answer for me this year, when my mojo waned ever so slightly, it took a bump in the road, I literally had to walk away. I would still come into my shed. I would still look around, still crack open a beer and smoke a tab and just look and chit chat with my missus when she come in. And we catch up about our days 9 times out of 10 in here. But like I said, I finished that Meng book off. That kicked me in bollocks as well with the tracks. Especially with it being such a nice summer and with my lad taking up fishing. And it's right, again, what I said on the video. I would come in here and I'd sort of like be looking at it, and then I'd just ring George up in his bedroom and say, come and get your rod, mate. We're off for an hour down to the lake. And that escapism away from my actual hobby has done me world of good. But I'm back now. Okay, I'm back. And it feels great to be back. Thanks to absolutely everybody that has watched. Let me just have a look at the comments. So Andy, I've seen that. Plastic Monkey Paul, night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And Dale, good night, lads. Cheers, Dale, mate. And I will see you on Monday. Andy, good night, lads. Thank you very, very much. It's always inspiring when people tune into you to watch your live streams, your videos, your post-build videos, your videos that you shoot while you're making model kits. It does inspire you to crack on, because even if you've got one person watching, it's one more than none. Does that make sense? So it does inspire me to come in and crack on. Okay. And with that, I will love you and leave you all. It is coming up to 10:30. I've got to get up in the morning because George has got a football match. So wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will catch you all next time. Cheers.